I noticed today David Axelrod tweeted out a series of votes for previous Supreme Court nominees that were nearly unanimous in the Senate. And the president
The glory
today,
days.
right, the president seemed to sort of lament the current sort of environment that he's operating in that in his remarks just now. Have you talked to him about that? And is there, this sort of gets to an earlier question as well a little bit, but is there a desire on his part to try to find a way to pick someone who could have the broadest possible appeal, and what's his sort of attitude about, after all these years he's pursued the presidency, he's been vice president, now this is his one opportunity to do this, and he's in this moment in Washington where, that's very unlike the environment that he spent most of his career in.
That's true, and he is not naive to that, and you heard him speak about this broadly at the press conference last week as well. But I would also note that last year, President Biden won confirmation of the most judges in his first year in office of any president since President Reagan. He's won confirmation of the most lower court judges in the first year of a presidency since President Kennedy. He has nominated and confirmed more African-American women to the circuit court ever in history. The number 8 that he has nominated and confirmed is more total than ever in history. So I would note that even in the environment we are living in, a divisive environment at times, where if you take voting rights, for example, where I know I've said this a lot, but it's a good example, 16 senators who have supported voting rights in the past don't support it now, we have still been able to make historic progress on moving forward judicial nominees. His intention and his focus is not on navigating out the legislative game playing. It is on selecting and nominating an eminently qualified African American woman to serve on the court. And he will work closely in good faith with Democrats and Republicans on the process, to consult them in advance and then to move through the confirmation process. But that is how he's going to approach it.
And the question of whether or not that person could earn support from Republicans isn't likely to be an influencing factor as he picks among the possible qualified candidates?
Well, I don't think we should buy into that game playing, and I don't think the president believes that. If you look at what the president has committed to, nominating the first African American woman, it's been over 230 years, as we know, since the Supreme Court came into being. A black woman has never served on it. And the president's view is that anyone who's saying that that's not possible, or we can't find the most eminently qualified person, that's ludicrous. I mean, that's suggesting that black women should not be a part of the most important court in our nation, that there aren't black women who have distinguished themselves by rising to the top of the legal profession with the strongest credentials imaginable. There are. Many of you are reporting different lists of names of many potentially qualified candidates. So his focus is going to be on pursuing this process with rigor, with the seriousness that it warrants, and he is hopeful he will have partnership in approaching it from members of the Senate. Go ahead.